The purpose of my recording today is to show you how I get started moving from my sketch to a clean line art, or probably to a complete artwork in full color. A few things to note. I have three characters. There's the first character here, I have this one, and the third one. Another thing to note is they are standing on a window and there's some background over there. So the approach to this is to first do the three characters, and because I'll be animating in another software, in After Effects, I will draw each of them or some parts of each of them on separate layers, and then I will do the background on another layer and then introduce something else to show depth, because when you're looking at something from far away, there's that element of atmospheric perspective, and it usually comes with faded colors and things like those. May be blurred out elements, so the elements shouldn't be as sharp as you see, but they should be a bit blurred and a bit hazy, if you may. There's also another thing with perspective. So this is not a straight line as this. It's not straight, it's moving in some way of perspective. So this line here is supposed to meet with this line here at some vanishing point towards the far end. First things first, let me do a perspective grid. Covered this in some other video. I will leave a link in the description for you to see how you can create this perspective grid. So I'll stretch it all the way and rasterize it, and then I'll map it somewhere close to my lines, so it shows me where I almost got it and where I got it wrong. So once I have this satisfied by this position, duplicate it and then move it over to the other side. Doesn't matter the distance, as long as they are on the same plane. I'll have my 2 points perspective. And then of course another thing, I want to refine the sketch a bit more by redrawing this window according to the lines that I have. So this is not actually the actual line work, but this is a pre-mapping of the line work using the perspective grid that I've just introduced here. So now it has given me a level for this, and I need to have another level for the bottom line. And because I'm enjoying my work, the whole of that background will be drawn as a complete background. So I will quickly show you that background. So the whole of that background will be drawn here. So after I draw everything that is on this background, I will import it or lift it and paste it behind everything else so that it is on its own background. Let me just a little increase the depth of this window. I want it a bit bigger or a bit deeper. So this is satisfactory to me. And then I'll go straight away and decide on the depth of my the size of my brush. I think 10 works, so I'll use 10. And just in this manner, I'll have my wall done. And I can, at this point, just decide the color of my flow by using a paint bucket tool. And this is done for the window. But then in my sketch I have some partitions. I think I'll have to go back and redo the window and include those partitions so they look a bit better. This one is drawn blindly. I do not advise you to do this, but if you have the experience, why not? So this is a concept of a sliding window. They are almost in the middle, so that when they slide over, they will cover the whole window. And let me merge them. So now I'm done with the back where these people are standing, and the next item I want to do is to draw the characters. So I want to scale down this sketch a little bit so that I have room above and below these characters, because I'll be animating them. I need them to move a bit, just a tiny bit, and for them to move I need the room for them to move. So I'll preserve my former sketch, my original sketch, so that when I'm done with everything I'll map it back to where the sketch had envisioned everything to be at. So this is the first character. They look similar, these characters look similar. So this is the first character. Here's a big foot. Let me look at the second character. I do not think I'll separate anything. No, I need to separate a few elements here and there. Let me separate the head and the arms, and the rest of the body should remain as is. On a separate layer, I'm doing this arm here. And on yet another layer, I'm doing the head. So the purpose of this separation is so I'm able to move these individual parts separately to achieve the animation effect that I desire. It's a very simple keyframe, not keyframe, but yes, you call it keyframes, because I'll be using keyframes from one point to another, not drawing the frames themselves. I'll proceed and go to the smallest character here. I do the same thing for his body. If you get confused in a process like this, it's advisable you turn off the other layers so you know what you are working with or working on. So this is it. I'll proceed to color everything here. After everything is drawn, I will need to rearrange everything now so that they are in harmony. For instance, this small arm is supposed to come behind the torso, and the head is okay, it's well placed. There's this head, there's the arm, there's another arm, and then this torso is supposed to come. The torso, no, it's the arm that is supposed to move over here. The rest of the parts are okay. This one is supposed to move over everything else. It comes to the top. This one is supposed to move behind the layers that we've just drawn here. Should be here. Yes. So now they are looking through the window. This one is the shortest. So also this middle-sized character is supposed to be placed somewhere here. This one is supposed to move. I haven't given them names, that's why I find it a bit difficult understanding what is where. And so everything is now well arranged. Everything is arranged. I can tilt this head just a bit. I tilt it a bit. Okay, and we are done. I'll move. Let me use auto select and get this head. Move it just slightly. Alright, so this is where we are at. We haven't mapped it back to our sketch and we haven't worked on the background. So we will work on this background in a separate video and then import this background to this other drawing. So keep tuned, subscribe, keep your notification on so that when I upload the next part you will see how everything else comes together to create this amazing artwork. Thank you for being with me on this one.